If you're keeping your Pokemon cards in a random box or just sliding them into binders without thinking much about it, you might be damaging them without even realizing it. And for some cards, that damage could cost you a lot more than you think. In this video, I'll walk you through how to store your cards properly, whether they are sleeved, top-loaded, or even graded. This is the kind of stuff I wish I knew when I started, and I'll show you what actually matters without overcomplicating it. So if you're just getting into collecting, or you want to protect your cards long term, this is for you. Let's get into it. Let's start with the most important step, sleeving your cards. If you're serious about collecting, this is non-negotiable. Use penny sleeves, they are thin, cheap and safe for long-term storage. But not all penny sleeves are the same. There are two main types. First one is the standard penny sleeve. Great for regular use, especially if the card goes into a top loader. And then we got another one, which are the perfect fit sleeves. These hug the card closely and ideal if you want to double sleeve for extra protection. For rare or high value cards, I always recommend perfect fits first and it looks better, and then slide it into a top loader. But often you can just stick to the normal ones. You can see they're a bit overlaying and it's also fine. It keeps the card snug and prevents dust from slipping in. And just remember, never use sleeves made of PVC. Always go for acid-free polypropylene, which is safe for your collection. Now, after sleeving, if the card has any value, whether sentimental or financial, so maybe over $1 or $2, you want extra protection. That's where top loaders or semi-rigids come in. Top loaders are hard plastic cases that protect cards from bending and pressure. Use them for cards you plan to sell or store long term. And then we got semi-rigids like card savers. These are preferred for grading submissions and they are a bit more flexible but still hold the card firmly. And then one tip, if you use your top loaders, you take the card and put them upside down into the penny sleeve. And then just put it this way into the top loader. And by doing this, you stop the dust from getting in. And also it's a bit more safe if you have very light water going to the top, but not if you have many water go into it, obviously. Then once your cards are sleeved, and maybe in top loaders as well, you need a way to organize them. That's where storage boxes come in. There are cardboards with 1000 cards capacity or 5000 cards capacity. The ones where you can store 1000 cards, there the cards are lying and not standing vertically. And with the larger ones, like 4000 or 5000 cards, you can just store them as you normally do. And I show you the pictures, you can see the differences here. I store in my 1000 card box also the cards in the usual direction. But then you can't close the top, which is okay for me since I also sell the cards and do not store them very long or often need to get the cards. But you can do it like you want and take the ones you like more. And also you can use plastic storage boxes or deck boxes, and they are also a good option if you want to store them long term. Then we got the good old ETB. I think you all know them if you pulled some cards by yourself. ETBs look great and many people use them to store cards, but be careful. And they often don't protect cards from humidity or dust. If you use them, I would recommend sleeve the cards and store them inside. But if you have only bulk, you can just store it in this ones and then either keep it open, but then you have like dust problem, or you can just close the box as well. If you need to touch the cards more frequently, then you can just store them open and maybe make a paper over it. And then otherwise you can just close them as well and store your cards long term. So for the beginning, ETBs are great. And also if you want to store bulk cards, but I would not recommend using it for your really valuable cards or protecting your best cards. Also you got the problem that the top loaders won't fit in. We can see it like this. If I want to store them, so it's hard to just stack them in. So it's not possible to do it with the usual top loaders. And this is also the problem then if you want to store valuable cards. You can't really do it with the top loaders, just with the penny sleeves. And then a lot of collectors love binders. They are great for displaying sets, for example master sets, like this one with the 151 set. And also they are good for collections and in general more valuable cards. And it's easy browsing through them, but there are a few things you should keep in mind. Always use side loading pages. They hold cards more securely than top loading ones, so you can just put them from the side. Then make sure that the binder uses acid-free, archival safe pages, which do the most, but check it. And I would also recommend to not overfill the pockets. It stretches the plastic and can press against the card surface. But sometimes I also do it for not so valuable cards. For example, I do it to store German and English cards both in the same page. But yeah, you should not do this exactly for more valuable cards. And there are also a lot of different types of them. The one which I showed you here just fits 9 pages. And you can also take out the pages. You can see like here you can just take out everyone and then store them in another ordering if you like. And then we got this one. You can see you can't take out the pages, so it's hard binded and you can't take them out. And then we got also another one where you can just store more cards. So here we got like 4 times 3, which are 12 cards then instead of 9. And there are also binders with high capacity if you store really large amounts of cards, and then also some with smaller capacities. If you have graded cards from PSA, CGC or Beckett, you will want to treat these a bit differently. And the slabs are pretty durable but still scratchable. Use graded card storage boxes or hard cases specifically made for slabs. You can see it here in the video. And also there are sleeves for these cards. I can open up one and then take them out. So with this you can then avoid scratches and they are more safe for storage. So just then put them in here and they are then safe to store. If this has helped you so far to protect your cards better and you want more beginner-friendly tips around Pokemon card collecting and selling, feel then free to subscribe to the channel. No matter how well you sleeve or box your cards, it means nothing if the environment is wrong. Cards should be stored in a cool, dry place, away from sunlight and humidity. Try to keep your collection in a room with stable temperature and avoid basements where moisture and temperature can swing wildly. And if you live in a very humid area, use silica gel packs or even a small dehumidifier. But I think for most of us this is a bit too experienced, especially if you are just beginning to collect cards. I do not do this, but if you have really area where it's necessary with 90 to 100% humidity, then it's maybe wise to do this. Now a few extra tips for those who stayed until now. Don't bend your cards while sleeving. Support them from the back, just as I showed you in the video. Label your storage boxes clearly so you don't dig through everything later. And avoid overhandling cards you care about. The more you touch them, the more wear they get. Proper storage isn't just about keeping your collection tidy, it's about preserving value and avoiding regret later. Whether you're collecting for fun or as an investment, just stuff matters. And thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, feel free to drop a like or leave a comment below. And I'd love to hear how you store your collection. Maybe I'll learn something from you as well. And then see you in the next one.